Despite being fired from the show in 2023, ex-host Mayim is brought up in a surprising way by former rival Ken Jennings. The actress and self-proclaimed trivia nerd stepped away from the series in 2023 after a brief hosting run, but made a return tonight when mentioned by her former co-host, Ken Jennings. Mark Fitzpatrick, the content manager from Riverside, Connecticut, came to increase his winning streak after earning $58,000 from his previous 3 games. He went up against Colleen Kelly, a girl between gigs from Massachusetts, and Robert Frank, a data analyst from Wisconsin. Host Ken, 50, then revealed the first batch of categories, one of which was TV coupling, which players were instructed to name the show. Mark got the $200 and $400 clues correctly, but it was Colleen who buzzed into the $600 hint that got fans talking. Sheldon and Amy, pure genius. Ken Reed, to which Colleen answered, "What is the Big Bang Theory?" Before her stint as Jeopardy host, Mayim, 48, played Amy Farrah Fowler on the iconic CBS sitcom. Mayim joined the cast in 2010 and played her character, who was a love interest for Jim Parsons' famous Sheldon Cooper, up until the series finale in 2019. Fans took note of the connection between the sitcom clue and the lore it has within the game show program. "I lost it at Ken casually reading the Mayim clue. I know he wanted to say more," one viewer wrote. Another said, "Always gets me when a Big Bang Theory clue comes up in the post-Mayim era. Feels like a dark cloud whenever Mayim is brought back up," a third mentioned. Despite Colleen correctly guessing the Big Bang Theory clue, it was Mark who secured the early lead with $2,400, while she and Rob had $1,000 each. Mark increased his lead when he found the second daily double, adding $3,000 to his score. Type 1 diabetes destroys beta cells in this organ. Ken rate under the anatomy category. What is a pancreas? Mark correctly guessed. He also snagged $4,000 with the third daily double under the category color films. All or nothing. Kristen Stewart and Chris Hemsworth had the 2 title roles in this 2012 fantasy. The clue read to which Mark correctly answered. What is Snow White and the Huntsman? Going into Final Jeopardy, Mark had a hefty lead with $23,600, while Rob was in second with $6,200 and Colleen in third with $5,600. The category for the final round was word origins, as Ken Reed. This word for one who cuts a trail comes from a name of a character in an 1840 novel. What is Pathfinder? Was what they were looking for, but for the 3rd straight game in a row, all 3 players missed the last question. Fortunately for Mark, he bet $0, and his final total of $23,600 did not drop at all. Rob bet just $130, dropping his final score to $6,070, while Colleen bet it all and ended the game with $0. Despite going home with no cash in her pockets, Colleen should be proud as she entertained fans throughout the game, and particular with her job title. "Girl between gigs is my new favorite Jeopardy occupation," an amused viewer wrote. Mayim first joined Jeopardy in 2021 as an interim host before being announced as a permanent fixture to the series in 2022. She would host alongside Ken, having the pair trade off games and spin-off tournaments. However, after suffering from previous scandals, Mayim stepped away from Jeopardy in 2023 in solidarity with the Hollywood's writers' strike. Producers decided to axe her role altogether after the move, and Ken has remained the sole host of the program since.